Hey YouTube, it's been like crazy hot outside, so I'm inside doing some tank maintenance, fooling around with moving some fish and everything, and I'm going to share that with you right now. Okay, here's an update on the 29 gallon that you guys remember that I've kind of grown away from this tank, and it's mainly because it's not aquascape the way I like it. It's just becoming boring to me. Mind you, I still love my girls that are in this tank. I still love the odosinkless. And the size of this tank, it's just becoming one of those chores that you hate to do. So I went to the pet store today and I was looking for some more. This is called sandstone right there. They had basically pieces of slate, and they did have one about that size too, with 3 holes in it. And I was kind of playing around with I was playing around with the pieces and trying to see if I would like them, you know, because I'm very limited on what type of rock that I can put in here. I do have lava rock, but it's just way too coarse to use in a betta tank. See, bettas like to be nosy, and sometimes they're clumsy, so if they were to rub their bodies against a coarse rock, they could mess up their fins and their body. So, absolutely cannot put lava rock in here. I've had that lava rock sitting for about a month now, and it hasn't become any softer. Usually when you let the rain hit it and the sun get to it, it gets a little bit smoother, and I feel more comfortable putting it in the tank. But because this is a sorority and the females like to chase each other, I'm just not comfortable putting lava rock in here. But what I did see was some good driftwood pieces. They had a piece that was probably fit right up here, up and down, and then it had some looked like claws that the fish could swim through at the bottom. It would make a great hiding place for my odosinkless back here, because this is the only spot that they have to hide on. And I really liked it. It's just I don't have anything for that big a piece of wood to soak, because I don't want tannins in the water right now. I know it's supposed to be good for your tank and whatever, but I'm just not a fan of tannins. As far as the plants go, my favorite in here has to be the crypt and the Hydrophilia augustifolia, and that would be this green plant. The bronze red plant right here is the crypt. And everything's doing okay. I'm double dosing on the fertilizer. I'm just going to go ahead and take out the water wisteria. I've been using it so that the bettas have a place to rest up there, but I don't know. I'm kind of getting tired of it eating all the fertilizer, so I want to give the other plants down here a chance to nibble at it. But anyway, as far as this tank goes, I feel pretty much the same. Like I said, I did try to find more smooth sandstone, and it's not that expensive. It's like $10 for a piece even bigger than that. That probably weighs about 4 pounds. And it looks small, but it's pretty heavy. And they had other rock too, but I like the look of the sandstone, and they just didn't have anything that interests me at that time. Down here at the tote bettas, didn't have a success trying to breed him. I ordered some more catappa leaves, even though I know a place where I can get them for free. I feel like maybe I'm not using the right type of almond leaves. I don't know. There's many different species, I want to say. But I'm just going to go ahead and pay for these. I've been using some catappa leaves, and I don't know, they're just not working for me. So I'm going to move him up on the 2.5s up here. He's going to be in the tank to the right. I'm just conditioning that tank. I'm going to get my catappa leaves and put them in there. Get him all settled in there. Then I'm going to throw this female in here. She's one of the sisters that came from my spawn. So we're going to have some more crown tail babies, hopefully. Now I moved my fluorescent T5 bulb to the back, so these tanks are not as bright as they used to be. And everybody's doing pretty well. What I'm going to be doing now is leaving the dividers up for longer periods of time. Usually I wake up in the morning and take the dividers out. At night they pretty much have no interaction with each other. But I think it's healthier maybe if they get less time looking at each other. I don't know. All I know is flaring is not a bad thing. It doesn't mean your bed is going crazy and it's going to die. Flaring is a natural part of their behavior and it's healthy for them. It's exercise for them. You're not going to be able to see these guys, unfortunately, that well. But these are the newer bettas. This is Mr. Steel here. He's a blue steel double tail male. Then I have what was listed as a veil tail male. But he has a very unique shaped tail, even though he's a veil tail. I don't know if I'm going to get him to flare. Let's see. Not very active at all. He's still trying to warm up to me. But he has what looks like, to me, a spade tail, which is one of the first mutations from the domestic betta variety. Let's see. See how it almost comes to a point at the very tip of his tail? See, a veil tail betta, oh, there he goes flaring. Much better. A veil tail betta usually looks like this. You see how far his tail extends from his body? I know it's kind of hard to see. And his anal fins as well. But this guy has almost perfect symmetry. He's kind of holding his tail down. And the only time you really see spade tails is on the wild type varieties. And even then, it's kind of not the most common tail type. But to me, he's still a veil tail, even though it looks very much like a spade tail. That's just my opinion. Well, I should have done that earlier so y'all could see the fish, but anyway, let's look at my 5-gallon tank. This used to house my 2 giant females who recently passed away from Colmenares worms. I pretty much emptied out my first aid kit of medicine to try to bring them back from Colmenares worms, but there's nothing I could do. They passed away, I want to say about a month ago, and I was going to just use this tank as a quarantine tank, but I decided to go ahead and just use a 5-gallon tote for it. Well, 4-gallon tote. And reason why, because the silicone is dyed permanently blue from all the medications that they went through. But anyways, looking towards the future, I have a Ponjigieton in here and the rock that used to be in the shrimp tank in here with moss and algae growing on it. The glass is really dirty. I'm still doing some work in here, so I want to keep it kind of simple, but I really want some type of plant to crawl from the back to the front up here. I think that would look really neat. The Ponjigieton in my opinion, is a good medium to low light plant. This plant actually used to grow in the 2.5s, and that was before I got my aquaneat. So they were on this T5 light and they did very, very well. So not gonna add too much to this tank at the moment because I'm still figuring out what direction I'm going with it. So this is how it's looking for now. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. The betta that will be going in here is Miss Rose right here. She's my red double tail female. And I'm going to experiment and try to give her some tank mates. Bettas don't, especially those that have been isolated like her, but bettas are not, in my opinion, the best tank, like fish for small community tanks like this, but we can try and experiment and see what happens. This will be a real work in progress though, so this is what it looks like for now. So we're in my bathroom, not doing any business in here. Just gonna take a look at this rock. It's called lace rock. Got it for about $5 at the LFS. It's really nice. It's gonna go in the shrimp tank. I'm gonna let it soak for probably 2-3 days and then I will add it in there. Today I just found out one of my favorite actors, voice actors, the mayor of Quahog on Family Guy, passed away. So in honor of Mr. Adam West, we're gonna call this rock Mount Adam West in my shrimp tank. So this is Mount Adam West. It's really nice. It's got a lot of nooks and crannies and crevices for the shrimp to hide in. I think I'm gonna put it flat though. Would look nice if it was up like this, but you see the length of this thing, that's about half of the 10-gallon tank. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys on the next one.